Myers Beach is fighting to rebound after Hurricane Ian devastated southwest Florida. Now that the summer travel season is gearing up, locals are calling on one group for help.
Tourists. National correspondent Justin Michael shows us what vacationers are returning to as recovery efforts continue 8 months after Ian.
Guys, there's just endless lists of things to do depending on who you talk to, whether it's trying to rebuild their home, whether it's trying to rebuild their business. And again, one of the most startling statistics that I have come across yet, of the 10,000 mailing addresses on the barrier island that is Fort Myers Beach the day before the storm, so far today, 246 days later, only 385 are active today. If that is any way to put into perspective how much there is to do, I don't think there's a better stat out there.
You mentioned Fort Myers Beach a lot, but what about just over? You know, and you said you go a mile in, you wouldn't know. But in the mainland, even within that half mile from the beach, is there still a lot of damage there?
Yeah, when you go inland, then the next island you come to is San Carlos Island. It still has lots of damage. But when you get to the mainland, I'm telling you, a few stoplights in, and you're like, was there a hurricane? So it's amazing. That's what they're asking people to do.
But there is still stuff that's on the mainland. Yeah.
Mangroves filled with boats that have been there since the day. But again, as far as tourists go, and they want you back, they want you there, you may have to book a hotel inland and then drive out to those sugar white beaches and those turquoise waters and enjoy the beach bar and whatever else.
Right, to hear the band playing just a little bit. I mean, it just kind of brings you back. You kind of forget about really what is still going on and the work that's needed to be.
But that tourism is important, and of the 19 restaurants that have reopened, only 2 of them have indoor seating, so 2 air conditioning, but still, they need you there. Yeah, so it's important to go.
All right, Justin, we appreciate your support.
Justin. Thank you.
All right, Jordan. Okay, calm down over there. Calm down over there, Can Man. This did pop up, though.
What's that?
This did pop up. So it went from 20% to 50%. And we want to talk a little bit about why and what's really going on with this system. Well, first of all, the hurricane hunters are going to fly out into it today. So hopefully we're going to be getting a lot more information later this afternoon into this evening. But the basics for you. Bursts of convection here on the north side of this. We have dry air to the south of it. We have a big trough, a dip in the jet stream. That means usually you have stormy weather. And within that, we have little pops of energy. So that's really popping everything off. The visible satellite just coming up. This is as if you are sitting on the moon taking a video with your camera. You have to have the sun come up to actually see the clouds. And you see that huge burst of convection. And you see that counterclockwise spin. Because look at this coming in this way. And look at these coming in that way. So you do have that spin. Where exactly, this is a model, by the way. So where exactly is this low? Is it at the surface even? Is it in the mid-levels? Is it a closed-off low? Is it a broad trough? These are all things that hurricane hunters are hopefully going to help us find out. There's your 50%. That's got Jim all riled up. And we will see this system get pushed southbound and make its way towards Cuba. That's the latest modeling of this because there's a trough to the north that's going to try to help kind of push it a little south. Anyhow, the hurricane hunters going out today, also tomorrow morning to gather some data for us. Regardless of all of that, we're still going to see rain in Florida, and we have seen a lot here in the past 24 hours. And of course, there's a lot of moisture on the north side of this that's going to get tossed into Florida. And I just want you to see the overall flow. You can see the storms coming up and in, and then you have everything going around. But exactly where is that low is the big question. Water temperatures, they're okay. They're marginal. They're fine. This is what you need to know. We're going to see rain through Sunday, and this is what I want to show you. You can see the counterclockwise spin. Now, do we have a little low pressure right here? Is it at the surface, or do we have a broader area spinning around? Because that's what some of the models do. They have kind of a broader area, then they tighten it up, broad again, but that's what we're going to be watching for, Jim, here for the next several days.
That's what we do.
And welcome back into Pattern. If you don't live in a hurricane-prone area, you probably aren't worrying about whether your home would survive a hurricane.
Maybe you should be thinking about it because in the next few decades, millions of people will become new targets of powerful storms. First Street founder and CEO Matthew Eby explains the growing threat. So remember, there was a hurricane last year that went up through the Gulf. And I mean, how far is Atlanta from I mean, the coast, several hundred miles.
Yeah,
right?
it takes a good 6 hours or so
Yeah.
from the Florida coast
And
to here.
it wrecked some down trees,
trees.
power outages. I mean, so you could think you're safe being in the interior, but those storms still pack a punch.
Oh, yeah, especially when they combine with the front, then you get a little extra oomph with it. For more stories like these, check out Pattern on these social media platforms, Facebook, Snapchat, across the board. We're on all of them.
Yes, we are.
Coming up next on Pattern, as climate change fuels more dangerous.
Steph, fluorocarbons. I'll give you the definition. Fluorocarbons, used chiefly as a lubricant, refrigerant, fire extinguishing
Thank you,
agent,
Felicia.
and in industrial and other applications in which chemical, electrical, flame, and heat resistance is essential. It's banned as an aerosol propellant in the U.S. because of concern about our ozone layer.
Fluorocarbons, Fluorocarbons.
You're very close, but you switched around 2 letters. Do you want to give it one more try?
I don't. Literally, it's very hard to spell when you've been up since 3 a.m. and it's now 1 o'clock.
That was good. Okay, last
All right,
one.
Jordan, this is your last one. This one's even hard to say. I've been practicing. Perfluoroalkyl. Jordan, perfluoroalkyl.
What?
I never even heard that
I'll
word.
give you the definition. Long-lasting chemicals used in cleaning products, cookware coating, firefighting foams, makeup, stain-resistant carpeting, etc. that remains in the environment because they break down very slowly and subsequently accumulate
help you on
within
this
animals and people.
These are the red things
It's
that we were
the
just
full
talking
world
about,
for
right?
PFAS.
Yes. Okay. Will you say it again? The word.
Perfluoroalkyl.
Perfluoroalkyl. Perfluoroalkyl.
You guys are both so close. You just got to switch around those U's and those O's. Gets you every time.
Oh, it's UO.
Yeah, it's UO. And
tough.
like the backwards.
In honor of the
Ford.
National Spelling Bee Championship, thank you so much, Felicia, for being our host.
You're welcome. And thanks for joining us for the very first Pattern Climate Change
And last,
Spelling
I'm
Bee.
pretty sure that's going to be the last one, too.
Jordan is our winner, and it was my honor to host as the 26 letters of the
Thank
alphabet
you.
stay the same.
Blue TV's coming up next,
You were great.
everybody, for good science.
I think Felicia won,
I do
actually.
too.
I think she pretty much won.